We are live. Hello and welcome back to the show. It's another Premier League weekend review. We're doing winners and losers of the week as per usual. Sorry for missing out last week. Some of us were ill, tired, whatnot, stressed out. I don't know. But yeah, if you are ill, tired, or stressed out, take a break. Thanks for joining us. If you're here, we are, recording this just before Everton versus Arsenal. Alex,
Hopefully have it finished before then, because let's be honest, everyone is always going to pick actual football over there and listening to us talk, I imagine.
yappa. Yeah, go. Quick score prediction for tonight. Everton versus Arsenal. Who do you think is going to win?
You put me on the spot there. I was not expecting that.
Surely it's not too difficult. Winners and losers. Score prediction.
So Everton are at home, correct? And they're planning a walkout as well.
27th minute. Everton are planning a walkout. 27th minute. I don't know why.
I'm quite glad that they're doing it on the 27th minute, is because just before I do that, I don't know if you've seen, but a lot of people or fans all around the country were clapping for that baby Arthur, weren't they?
Yes.
I think it's on the 6th minute, correct. Which I think was an incredible thing to do, by everyone. So
hello, Carl. Carl is here. Oh, Villa just got Man United at Old Trafford in the FA Cup. That'll be a spicy game.
That'd be a good game.
Liverpool away too. Yeah, go quickly. What's your score prediction? Everton versus Arsenal. Come on. Shouldn't take this so long.
2-2.
2-2.
2-2 or 2-1 Arsenal.
Everton 1 point in 7 games. If Arsenal
2-1 then 2-1.
if Arsenal drop any points, oh my god, it's going to be a woeful season. Okay, that's good. We got the score prediction out of the way. I think Arsenal are going to win 2-0. Winner of the week. The weekend. Sorry, we've got to go for it. Would you like to go first with winner of the weekend?
No, go on. You go first. I've been scared recently. You go first.
I do have one actual winner, right? But I need to talk about who I think is the runner-up to the winner of the week, and that is.
Wait. So is this your runner-up, or is this your?
This is my runner-up to winner of the week, and I'm going to say that is Man United player, central midfielder Fred. This man is the epitome of sheer chaos as a central midfielder. He's my pick. He is a high divisive player, and he does have a lot of critics. I'm one of those critics as well, but I saw painfully, against Arsenal. And it feels like an age away, that win against Arsenal. This man, I feel like he's the star of his own movie when it comes to some big games, and somehow against Arsenal, he finds the courage and the tenacity to actually stamp on De Gea's foot and cause the most bizarre goal I've ever seen in my life. And Emil Smith-Rowe scored it. De Gea was lumped on the ground, but it was from his own player. Fred, he absolutely stamped on De Gea, and he went straight to villain in that sense.
Do you know what my biggest gripe is? That people will say I should be disallowed. It's like, for what?
I don't know. Yeah.
And then they spoke about sportsmanship, right? Which I think is it's a much fairer question to ask. And I'll be honest with you, right? I watched it back a few times. I don't think Smith-Rowe at any point knows that De Gea is on the floor. I don't think he knows that.
He just shoots.
He's got his eye. I think he does have a few glances, but there's so many players in the way. You can't tell me that realistically he's had a chance to see that De Gea's on the floor and or in any kind of bad pain, and he's not going to take that chance. So.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, every player would.
You're supposed to play to the whistle. That's what you have to do. Can't leave it on the table.
There's a soft spot in my heart for players who they're happy to, if a player is very much down, injured, badly, who kind of stop for that. The one I think of is Di Canio, right?
Yeah, but that's gone way beyond the Call of Duty, that Di Canio incident you're talking about.
No, I know, but my point being is, right? My point being is, he knew that he was down injured. No one knew Smith-Rowe was down injured. So, right, it's a weird one. People were arguing about it. I was like, I can't even remember that one.
Yeah, okay. So we had that instant straight to villain, right? But then he gets an assist, and then he gets the assist for the winning penalty for Man United. And then, this weekend he scores an absolute perler of a goal, and really proving his doubters wrong. So I just wanted to put Fred in there because I am a pretty big critic of him, but
As your runner-up.
He's my runner-up of winner of the week, but. For winner of the week, I can only pick one.
Right, can I just say, right? The thing with Fred, right, is not necessarily. I don't think a lot of people question his ability. It's his consistency.
I question his ability.
No, but sometimes he plays and he plays really well. He controls.
You said the word sometimes, right? That's the critical thing.
No, but the thing is, if you can do it a few times, you've got the ability, right? It's just whether or not you can apply that on a consistent basis. There's been plenty of players who've got all the ability, like Tarapt, like Ben Arfa, but there's just something else missing where they can't they can't follow it through.
No, Fred has ability. He has ability. He has great stamina as well.
He's so inconsistent.
Yeah, and he is an agent of chaos. Everything will happen via him. Either red card, stupid foul, giving the ball away, or the other way around. He'll provide the assist, and in this case he scored. So yeah,
I think a certain, he's been there 3.5 years now. I think a certain Mr. Rice might be taking his. Yeah, I think at some point.
Yeah, once they find a spare 100 million. But my winner of the week is West Ham. West Ham United. It's got to beat them. I mean, I think when you beat the team at the top of the league currently in Chelsea, who are looking mightily impressive, you make them look a bit sloppy via West Ham pressing the Chelsea defense. Fair enough, they didn't have a lot of possession throughout the game. That's, they were in a counter-attacking mode, but they still, throughout periods of the game, they pressed Chelsea into mistakes. And I was really, really impressed with West Ham because they went 1-0 down, brought it back. They went 2-1 down, and then they brought it back. So, yeah, West Ham are my winner of the week.
So, I'm actually going to second that, and it's for all the reasons you said. And, before I add into what you've actually said, here's what I find funny with West Ham. And do you know what? I've noticed a bit of a theme with its teams in claret and blue. Right? There's something weird about teams in claret and blue where they will lose to teams that you expect them to beat.
So you're talking Aston Villa and you're adding
Burnley and West Ham. There's something about, tell me I'm wrong. There's something about those three teams, right? Where on a more regular basis than other teams, they will get these results against the bigger sides. Then when they play someone who's, say, at the bottom end of the table where everyone's expecting to win, they will then lose. There's a trend there. I need to have a look at other teams like Scunthorpe and see if they've got a similar kind of theme going.
Have you checked the stats, or this is just finger in the air stuff?
This is finger somewhere stuff. No, West Ham definitely winners of the week. And the reason I said the kind of that weird form, I see what Carl's obviously not obviously, but he's watching. Do you agree, Carl? Are Aston Villa one of those teams as well, who they win the games you don't expect them to, and then they lose the games you do expect them to win. But West Ham, I tell you what it is. First of all, Bowen, who he chased every cause. It doesn't matter if it was lost or whatever. He just chased every single cause.
Antonio as well. He was running down those channels like a madman.
Do you know Antonio has now got another notch in his belt? Rudiger has been added to his list of victims of players that he's just he's just he bullied. He's he's just physically too strong. So a special shout out to them too. But it's not all rosy for West Ham. Definitely winners of the week this week. Well, I'll tell you why, because Ogbonna has done his ACL.
Oh, yeah.
So it's talking 9 months. The Zuma, he's going for a scan. He could also be a long-term injury. And them two have been...
Was it 30 million that they spent?
Yeah. Oh. So Ogbonna has been kind of really important to West Ham, and Zuma has definitely improved the defence since he's come in, which was already quite a good defence. So now it's time. Actually, I've got an interesting stat for you, something which a West Ham fan told me, because I can't take credit for all the stats. But West Ham the back four that faced Liverpool a few weeks ago, all four of that back four are now out injured. So that's Johnson, Zuma, Ogbonna, and Creswell.
Yeah.
So
let's not put it on a downer. Let's give them win of the week.
Yeah, win of the week, 100% deserved. Very, very well played. Carl says we were last year, beat Liverpool 7-2, then lost to Burnley a couple of games later. Maybe that double scores in your system because we were favourites.
And I remember Aston Villa losing to Wolves as well, when they should have absolutely beaten Wolves.
I tell you, there's something in claret and blue. There is something in claret and blue.
But I also want to talk about Lanzini, like his penalty, right? You know, it was great work by Jared Bowen to win that penalty, make Mendy look like a fool. But I don't know what happened between him and Reece James. Did they get a yellow card after that? They were beefing right after he scored the penalty. What a penalty, by the way.
I didn't see. So all I saw is a very good penalty. So I saw. So basically, as Lanzini was like in the build up to the penalty, Reece James was shouting at him. You know, which like happens all the time.
That is a scumbag.
No, it's not. No. All footballers do it, right? All footballers do it.
So what did he do? What, he just screams like a girl just before?
No. He's just shouting at him. I don't know what he's shouting. He could be telling him what he had for dinner last night. I have no idea. Right? He could be doing his best Shaggy from Scooby-Doo impression. No one actually knows. Right? But as he's in the build-up to the penalty, right? He screams, shouts at him, does whatever. Lanzini puts it away fantastically. The thing is, as soon as you've done that,
they bump into each other, right?
But if you give it, you've got to be able to take it. So Lanzini, in my mind, he has every right to go over to Reece James and be like, and what? Do you know what I mean? So it makes it fun. It makes it fun.
I can't remember the last time there was a penalty and a bit of a scuffle or giving it back to someone. For a long time.
My brain always goes to Martin Keown and Van Nistelrooy.
Yeah,
that's the epitome.
That's the most iconic.
That is just like kind of because Martin Keown, he's not even.
But that's so long ago. That's 2004.
Oh yeah, but Martin Keown isn't even subtle about it. It's like kind of he goes over smack on top of the head. It's like he's not even trying to pretend.
Yeah, that was pretty great. Yeah, you got to if you give it, you got to take it.
Yeah.
Now we get on to the hilariousness of the goal by Masuaku. This is why they're winner of the week. How can you score like the most ridiculous goal as the winner? And we know he didn't even mean it. Like I'm pretty sure. I tried to watch it again. I didn't see a deflection. Did you see a deflection?
No, he's tried to cross it. I'm 99% sure he's tried to cross it.
Oh, Mendy had an absolute mare.
Yeah,
which adds to the the hilariousness of it for West Ham fans and winner of the week. So, you know, they're my winner of the week by far.
Yeah, same, massive result.
Anyone else? Any other contenders?
No, not for me. West Ham, like kind of they're straight up there, so I'm not going to dilute their winner this week. West Ham deservedly up there.
I will give a special shout out. It's not because you're here, Carl, to Aston Villa and Steven Gerrard, right? Because it was former master versus the student, and the student won out. I mean, Everton are on a horrible streak at the moment. But Steven Gerrard with Aston Villa, they won 3 out of the last 4 games, and that only one loss was against Manchester City. Right, so it's been a very, very impressive start for Steven Gerrard. I think a lot of people were, not that they didn't have any faith in Steven Gerrard, just didn't know what. It was kind of similar to Brendan Rodgers when he came over from Celtic. Like, does it translate, right? The what you learn in the Scottish Premier League, does it translate over to the Premier League? And so far, so good. And
although I will say Gerrard was even more unknown quality, because you've got to remember Rodgers had his time at Swansea and at Liverpool. Rodgers was just a complete unknown, and Gerrard was very much unknown. We just don't know, and he could have been as good as he looked in Scotland, but it's just it's very difficult to tell.
Yeah, and what I thought was really quite impressive, like Aston Villa and Steven Gerrard, they won against all 3 teams that they're in and amongst in the table. So they're all 6 pointers, right? Who they beat? They beat Brighton, Everton, and I can't remember the other team. But yeah, they were all teams in and amongst them. So come the end of the season, that is a massive, massive, couple of games to win. So they got to keep it up. But they get a tiny mention for winner of the week. Winner of the week.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh, Palace. Yes, thank you. Yeah, Palace. Exactly. Palace have gone falling down slightly, and yeah, let's see. Palace are now 13th, right? So Aston Villa 10th. That was a massive win against Brighton earlier. They're only 1 point behind Brighton now, and Palace are 13th, and Everton are 16th. So big games to have won.
So it's quite interesting. So whilst I do think actually Aston Villa did play well, it does take us quite nicely to our losers of the week, because my loser of the week is Leicester City. And let me tell you why, right? Not necessarily performance, because I actually thought Aston Villa versus Leicester, I thought it was quite a good game. The reason why Leicester City are my losers of the week is because again, their set piece problems popped up.
Yeah, twice, didn't it?
Twice. And we need to talk about the Ramsey guy. I want to get your opinion on that in a bit. But let's talk about just Leicester very briefly, because as my loser of the week. So 2 goals from set pieces. And I think, so first of all, you have to remember Fofana's injured, right? Yeah. So I will give them a little bit of kind of leeway with that.
Yeah, but he's been injured for a long time.
And here's the other thing. This problem has been around for what I'd say close to a year now. Last season, they were kind of up there in goals conceded from set pieces. This season, they're second only to Palace, I believe. So this is not a new problem. And I think now we have to, Rodgers has to learn how to delegate this situation. Because at the moment, it has to fall to him. It's been a year and they still haven't sorted out their set pieces. Apparently they have a set piece coach.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
But they still, and against Aston Villa, you saw them they took full advantage of this hybrid man marking and zonal situation he does, where he kind of near the 6-yard box, he has a bit of zonal, then everyone else is man marking. Concert, especially for the second, he just bullied it. There was no one there to challenge him. But I feel like they've been trying that system for over a year now. It has to come from Rodgers, because if it was on anyone else, Rodgers surely would have sacked them by now. Surely gone, you're not doing a good enough job.
Yeah, but you know what? Thinking about the Leicester squad, they're not a very tall team. Other than Soyuncu and Evans. Is Evans considered tall? Yeah, Michael's not considered tall.
Yeah, but over the years, you don't... don't get me wrong, it's an advantage.
I'm just saying, look at across their squad.
No, but you look at Man City, right? They've been one of the most dominant teams over the last 10 years. They've never been overly massive, kind of they've always been mid-table, average in terms of height. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I agree it's an advantage,
but they still have a few lumps.
I'm not, and I'm not giving them it's been a problem for a year. I think the problem must be Rodgers. I feel like he's trying to revolutionize it with this hybrid situation. It's not working. Because as I say, if it was someone else, he must have got the cut by now. So Leicester, for me, for this now almost a year-long problem with set pieces, you just cannot have that situation for longer than a year.
Yeah, let's see Leicester's form. I'm getting up the table here.
Yeah, while you do that, I just want to ask, where do you stand on Ramsey's goal? So I'll tell you what, for those of you that don't know, or disallowed goal, for those of you who don't know, what happened is the ball is headed kind of into the 6-yard box, right in the middle of the 6-yard box. Schmeichel puts one hand on it, and then Ramsey, whilst Schmeichel's got his hand on it, he pokes it through. And then
stupid. He's just got one hand to it. That's 2 hands, yes. I think that's the difference for me. You have 2 hands on the ball, of course. You can't kick it whilst the goalkeeper's
that's quite interesting. I really thought you was going to be for the goalkeeper.
Why?
You know why? Because so for me, I'm actually for it being disallowed. I'm actually don't mind it. Hear me out. Well, I know this feels weird for me, because usually you're the one who's a little bit they can't touch you. It's non-contact sport and whatever.
Carl, get him.
Right, here, wait, no, but Villa won anyway, right? He can't be mad. Look, hear me out. Here's what I'm saying. So basically, it's very rare that the situation is going to happen where like a goalkeeper's going to have one hand on the ball and a player's going to like kind of be able to kick it, right?
Yeah.
And in those situations, I don't mind the goalkeeper being protected, right? Because he's putting his hand like kind of where a boot is. The goalkeeper's in a like a bit more danger.
Yeah.
Imagine it was your testes that you had to put there. Do you know
That,
what I mean?
but it's not the test.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like
that is a ridiculous example.
Okay, it's slightly ridiculous. But my point being is, it's just giving them like kind of that little bit extra protection. Everything else, I'm against goalkeepers getting added protection. It annoys me. Like kind of when like players go up with goalkeepers and they clash, like that does me in. But that I don't mind it being this loud.
But to me, where the difference is the goalkeeper doesn't have control of the ball. The goalkeeper doesn't have control. He just has a hand to it.
The ball
right?
was bouncing. It should have. Oh, if the ball was bouncing,
he's adding the dynamics of the ball now. It's getting far too advanced for us. I've just got one or two hands.
I watched it. I've watched it a few times. But I can't tell you right now if I remember off the top of my head if it was bouncing. But I tell you what, Carl, I will go back and watch it. I think I'm gonna we'll go back and watch it, and we'll just put a comment after. We'll just say the ball was bouncing or not. We'll say, because if the ball's bouncing, then yeah, that does leave it open to interpretation. But if he has got one hand on the ball, like clear, like one hand on the ball, then yeah, for me it should be disallowed as a rule. Like not that yeah.
What if the ball is a shot, and the player simultaneously kicks the ball and the hand at this like?
What kind of scenario are you thinking? What are the chances of this happening? Like, I don't understand. Like, if that's like.
Then I'll give it. That should not be. That should not count. So
you got. If you want to start making rules for 1 in a million situations, right? You can go ahead. You can make my day. But this is like something that happened maybe once or twice a season. I'm happy for the goalkeeper to have the benefit of the doubt with that one. Everything else, no. Go on.
So you got you got Leicester, right?
Do you know? I'll give you my runner-up, right? And it's a bit of a controversial runner-up, and it's Norwich.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like Arsenal.
No. And I'll tell you why it's Norwich, right? Is because they didn't actually play badly against Tottenham. They did not play that badly, right? They created, I would say, like 2 half chances.
It's the finishing.
Well, they created 2, I'd say, half chances, and 1 like big chance, whatever the terminology is these days, right? And this was I think all of these chances happened like kind of while Tottenham weren't at 2-0 up, so they were still like kind of within a chance of getting back in the game or going ahead, and they missed every single one of them. And for me, like that is criminal, because it is teams that get promoted. One of the hardest things to do is create chances, right? Forget about scoring the chances; it's actually getting the chances in the first place. You're always going to be in and around the bottom of creating chances. And they created chances against Tottenham, and they did not put them away. And I feel like any other day, they could have won, they could have drawn, they could have really got a result, or at the very minimum made it really difficult for Tottenham to come away with the 3 points. But the fact they created the chances, and there's some of the finishes, like some of the attempts were like really, really bad. If they're bottom as it is for chances created in the Premier League, so the ones they do create, they need to be putting them away, or they're going to go straight back down. They're going to yo-yo again.
Well, mini winners of the week is the rest of the Premier League fans. They're going to enjoy
mini winners of the week.
Yeah, because I feel like the Premier League needs 2 things, right? They need a very tight title race between as many teams as possible, and they need a very tight relegation battle, right? Currently, those 3 teams are on 10 points at the bottom. We need it to be proper squeaky bum time down there. And the next team, Watford, have 13 points. And Everton have 15. Jesus Christ. And then every other team up to Crystal Palace, who are 13th, have 16 points. So it's you just want the relegation battle to be quite lively. So, this helps with it. But
yeah,
my loser of the week.
We got.
I think you're right with Leicester, but I also think Brighton. Brighton, 5 draws in their last 6 games, and it seems we've got the Brighton Hove Albion of yesteryear. Yesteryear meaning exactly last year. Yeah, it's all gone
It's the
peak
exact
currently.
definition of yesteryear.
I just wanted to clarify that, but yeah, it's Brighton started really well. They were up to second at one point, right? If I'm not mistaken. But now they've just gone into a bit of a rut where they're not losing, they're drawing, they're still creating chances, but it's not as bad as last year where they were literally missing open goals.
No, but they are the 1920 Brighton. That's what we've seen in the last few games.
Yeah. So
do you know what I do like though? And I would, get rid of West Ham. I'm replacing them with. I would genuinely, Mopay. That's 2 games in a row he scored in the last minute, and he shithoused the away fans. I'm there for it every single time. I'm there for it, whether it's kind of shushing them or kind of cupping areas, wherever it is. I'm all for it. Anything that makes it a little bit more entertaining.
And additionally, I know they're playing in 20 minutes, right? But I have to mention Everton, right? They are dangerously close to imploding as a club. Dangerously close, right? They haven't won in 6 games? 1 point in 6. And I feel like they spent a lot of money. It hasn't gone well. That money is dried up. They had a very good season last season with Carlo Ancelotti, which was great. But that's kind of a world-class manager, right? Their world-class managers kind of get you out of sticky situations, right?
Yeah.
So they had that. And it just, recently they came out with, commentary and a statement that's saying that they're backing Rafa Benitez, who Rafa Benitez, by the way, is one of their worst sworn enemies because he was manager of Liverpool.
He wasn't just a manager of Liverpool in kind of recent history. He's
an iconic manager for Liverpool. You go give him the kiss of death. They sacked their director of football, I think Marcel Brands.
That's today, yeah.
That's today.
That's either really good or really bad for Benitez. I just don't know which way that's going to go yet. He's going to. That means that they're blaming him for the bad.
Again, Everton don't have anyone to replace Benitez with. Everton say that they will undergo a strategic review of the football structure, which will inform the best model for the club to proceed with in the long term. Oh my God, what the hell does that mean? I mean, I guess he was the man that has been there over the last 5 years buying all these players. Well, who did they buy? Richarlison. They bought Iwobi, which is a massive amount of money. Rodriguez, who's gone now because the money's dried up. Who's the
it's been a scattergun approach. I would say for every good signing they've made a bad one. It's been
who's the striker? The Juventus striker.
Juventus striker.
Yeah, he they bought him from Juventus and then they sold him back. He was the youngster. That didn't go. That didn't go to plan.
My Wi-Fi went there. Did you think of who it was? Oh, what? Wait, who are you?
Moise Kean.
I was just about to say that, then I thought, no, it's not him because I was sitting there, I was picturing PSG. Yeah, the thing is, I feel bad for them with King because he was supposed to be a bit of a wonder kid, and he he didn't happen. And didn't he end up battering someone in a video as well? I think the guy deserved it. But still. Yeah.
Carl, whilst we're here, give us your score prediction for Everton versus Arsenal, and we're looking forward to Liverpool away for Aston Villa. Give us a score prediction for that as well. What are you going with that, Alex?
Liverpool versus
Aston Villa. Is there a chance? Is there a chance for Aston Villa?
No, you got.
Liverpool look dangerously good. Liverpool look dangerously good. That's my only difficulty right now.
So for the Arsenal game, he's gone 2-0 Arsenal, which I think that's
a good jinx. Good jinx. Yep. I'll take that.
I'd say for Aston Villa versus Liverpool, I'd say Liverpool are going to win. It'll be something like 3-1. Liverpool just look they look really good at the moment.
Yeah, I think because it's away, It's more of a yeah. I think it's more of a Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool are the better team, but Steven Gerrard said it right. Coming in with a bit of good form, 3 out of 4. I don't want to hear that score because that's the score that Man United beat Arsenal by. But
If
I
Villa
appreciate
beat Liverpool 8-2, I will eat Gary's hair. I will chop off a bit of Gary's hair and I will eat it.
I don't think you can digest. Can you digest hair?
We'll
Must be
find
able
out. We'll find out. When Watkins bangs a hat trick, Louise bangs a hat trick.
Louise.
Yeah, I don't know how. Cash gets a few.
Then what would you do if Louise scores a bloody hat trick? That would be more ridiculous.
If Louise scores a hat trick and it's 8-2, I will get his never region. I will eat his never region hairs.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Carl. Okay, Jesus Christ. Okay, it's gotten a bit too weird for score predictions. That's probably why we don't do score predictions, because we think it's going to go too weird.
Yeah, it's never good after work as well, because when you enter that bit of tiredness where you're just like, But I think, have you got any other losers of the week you want to mention? Kind of people in and around.
It's all Watford, Crystal Palace. They're all starting to lose form. Like it's getting a bit dark. Like Watford, 1 win in their last 6. Crystal Palace were looking really strong. Patrick Vieira was doing such a great job, but they lost 3 in the bounce. So I'm like, oh, that's not great. But I mean, still, no matter what, Everton's got to be loser of the week. Because there's like one point in seven. That's 1 point in 21. Oh my gosh, that is horrible. That is absolutely horrible. So that was it. That was it for me.
Then I think we are done.
We are done.
And look, we even forgot to change the banner at the bottom. We are still welcoming people as they come in. There we go. Winner and loser of the week.
All right, that's all from us. Enjoy the game. Hopefully I won't be stressing out with this game. But that is our winners and losers of the weekend, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week. See you later, Carl.
See ya.